On Pride Rock, Scar stood before the other lions. Mufasa's death is a terrible tragedy, he said, but to lose Simba, who had barely begun to live, for me, it is a deep personal loss. So it is with a heavy heart that I assume the throne. Yet out of the ashes of this tragedy, we shall rise to greet the dawning of a new era, in which lion and hyena come together in a great and glorious future. As he spoke, the hyenas crowded onto Pride Rock, their howling laughter echoing over the land. Standing beside his tree, Rafiki shook his head in sorrow, and then he raised his paw and smeared his picture of Simba. Far away on dark, dry, cracked ground, Simba lay sleeping, encircled by vultures. Vultures are birds that like to eat dead things. And then the sound of hooves filled the air as Pumbaa, the warthog, and his friend Timon, the meerkat, barreled into them. Well, I don't know about you, but Pumbaa and Timon, those were my two favorite characters in The Lion King. I love it! Bowling for Buzzard, said Pumbaa as the vultures scattered. Hey, Timon, you better come back. I think it's still alive. Well, Timon sniffed Simba and lifted his paw. Geez, it's a lion, he cried. Run, Pumbaa! Move it! Hey, Timon, it's just a little lion. Look at him. He's so cute and all alone. Can we keep him? Lions eat guys like us. Well, maybe he'll be on our side, said Pumbaa. Hey, I got it, said Timon. What if he's on our side? You know, having a lion around might not be such a bad idea. Well, Pumbaa bent down, scooped up the sleeping Simba with his tusks, and they carried him away. Well, they laid Simba down beneath a tree and they splashed him with water until he woke up. I saved you, said Timon. Well, Pumbaa helped. A little. Thanks for your help, said Simba, and he began to walk away. Hey, where are you going? Asked Timon. Nowhere, said Simba. So where are you from? Asked Timon, running after him. Who cares, said Simba. I can't go back. You're an outcast, said Timon. That's great, so are we. What did you do, kid? Asked Pumbaa. Something very terrible, and I don't want to talk about it. You know, kid, said Pumbaa, in times like this, my buddy Timon here says, you got to put your behind in your past. No, no, no. Amateur, lie down before you hurt yourself. It's, you've got to put your past behind you, said Timon. Repeat after me. Hakuna Matata. What? Asked Simba. It means no worries, explained Pumbaa. Well, Simba followed his new friends to their home, and when it was time to eat, Timon offered a slimy grub to Simba, who took it very, very reluctantly. Oh well, said Simba, holding up the grub. Hakuna Matata. And the days passed, and then the months and the years, and soon Simba was a full-grown lion, living in a worry-free paradise with his friends. But back at Pride Rock, the animals were living through dark days. Even the hyenas were complaining. Scar, said Shenzi, there's no food, no water. I thought things were bad under Mufasa, said Banzai. What did you say? Snarled Scar. Get out. Well, meanwhile, Simba and Pumbaa and Timon were lying on their backs gazing up at the starry sky. Ever wonder what those sparkly dots are up there? Asked Pumbaa. Well, said Simba reluctantly, somebody once told me that the great kings of the past are up there watching over us. You mean a bunch of royal dead guys are watching us? Said Timon, and he and Pumbaa started to laugh. Yeah, said Simba, pretending to laugh with them. Pretty dumb, huh? Well, he walked over to a ledge and flopped down, sending a cloud of dust swirling up on the breeze. Well, on the other side of the plains, Rafiki caught the dust in his hands and examined it. Simba, he said, he's alive. He's alive. And then he painted a new picture of Simba on the trunk of his tree. It is time, he announced. Unaware of Rafiki's discovery, Nala, now a full-grown lioness, was searching for food. As she stalked through the grasses, she caught Pumbaa's scent and gave chase. But as she pounced to catch him, Simba leaped at her with a roar, and they rolled over and over until Nala pinned Simba to the ground, just like she had when they were cubs. Nala, said Simba, is it really you? Nala drew back. Who are you? She asked. It's me, Simba. And for a moment she froze, and then she smiled. Whoa! How did you? Where did you come from? She asked. It's great to see you, said Simba. Hey, what's going on here? Cried Timon, coming between them. Timon, this is Nala. She's my best friend. Wait, till everyone finds out you've been here all this time, said Nala. And your mother, what will she think? She doesn't have to know, said Simba. Nobody has to know. Of course they do. Everyone thinks you're dead. Scar told us about the stampede. He did? What else did he tell you? What else matters? You're alive, and that means you're the king, said Nala. You don't know how much this will mean to everyone. What it means to me, I've really missed you. And I've missed you too, said Simba. And they walked off together, drinking from pools and bounding through the grasses. And Nala became confused. We really needed you at home, said Nala. You're the king. Scar is, replied Simba. Simba, he let the hyenas take over the Pride Lands. Everything's destroyed. There's no food, no water. If you don't do something soon, everyone will starve. I can't go back, Simba said. Look, sometimes bad things happen and there's nothing you can do about it. So why worry? Because it's your responsibility, Nala explained. Don't you understand? You are our only hope. Sorry, said Simba, hanging his head. What's happened to you? You're not the Simba I remember. Listen, Simba said. You think you can just show up and tell me how to live my life? You don't even know what I've been through. And then he walked away. As darkness covered the sky, Simba gazed up at the stars. You said you'd always be there for me, but you're not, and it's because of me. It's my fault, he said, choking back tears. And then Simba heard chanting coming from the treetops. It was Rafiki. I know who you are, he said, leaping down from a tree. You're Mufasa's boy. And Simba turned to Rafiki in wonder. He's alive, and I'll show him to you, Rafiki said, darting away. and Simba raced after him through twisted tree branches and vines. Suddenly, Rafika stopped at a pool of water, and Simba looked down, but he only saw his reflection. "Look harder," said Rafiki. And this time, Mufasa appeared to gaze back at Simba. "You see," said Rafiki, "he lives inside of you." "Simba!" called Mufasa's voice from the clouds. And Simba looked up at the sky, and there was Mufasa, surrounded by a billowing cloud. "Look inside yourself, Simba. You are more than what you have become. You must take your place in the circle of life. Remember who you are. You are my son, the one and true king."